Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Game God Fluent, bringing you episode 1 of a new LP. Gonna keep this introduction brief. What we're going to be playing is Queen's Wish, the Conqueror by Spiderweb Software, aka Jeff Vogel, and his small operation of mainly just him and maybe one or two other people. But Jeff has made some great, huge, sprawling, isometric CRPGs in the past, and I bet this one's going to be no different. I've read some great reviews of it. I like what I hear on the store page. This recently released about a year ago or so, something like that, as of 2022. But anyway, I don't know, it might be even older than that. Let me see the date, 2019, yeah, quite a bit older. But it is his latest game, so let's jump into it. I have only played 15 minutes. I'm going to play in 1080p. Play game in Windows sounds good. Alright, here we are. Go ahead and turn it down a little bit. If this is your first time with the Jeff Vogel / Spiderweb software game, do not fret at the graphics or anything. It's actually quite a nice style. It's a new style that he hasn't used before in his games. This is a very deep CRPG with all the great stuff and some innovative new features as well. So let's go ahead and just start new game. We get to create new royalty. We'll stick with that one. Stick with male. Stick with that face. Stick with that hairstyle. Hair color will go dark brown. Extra details, a scar, mustache, beard. And we'll name him Matthew. Yet again, I've been naming most of my pro tags Matthew. And we're going to be playing on Veteran, a harder difficulty setting for someone experienced with role-playing games, as I am. Your foes will do more damage and be a lot harder to kill. Your spells and abilities can damage your own character. Sounds good. The Empire of Haven rules a full eighth of the known world. Queen Sharon III rules Haven absolutely. Her oldest son will become king someday. Her oldest daughter is Sharon's sage and most trusted advisor. Her daughter, her son, Queen Sharon III, your mother. That's right, she's our mom in this game. Queen Sharon III buys the loyalty of all the small nations she can reach. If they refuse her, Haven is wealthy enough to pay armies to make them her vassals. None of this concerns you. You have lived a life of comfort, hiding from the responsibilities that ever threaten to crush you. You've had a peaceful life of decadence. Until today. Ha 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 ha. Pretty interesting stuff, right? We're the son of royalty. I think I am going to go ahead and make this full screen, actually, to get a little more submerged in it. Welcome to the Queen's Wish. You have a long day ahead of you. First, you need to learn how to move around. Select a spot on the ground to walk there. Okay, first, I want to... Oh, we have to ask the startup, so I have to actually save here. Where's save? Whoops. Save game as 1A. Let's go ahead and exit. And rebooter. Come on. Has cloud saves, which I'm surprised. Don't play a game in a window. Make it full screen. All right. Go ahead and load 1A. All right. tip. You can choose one and only one vassal to be your favored nation. Sometimes this can earn you more tribute. All right, let's... Your older sister, Princess Delia, stands by the door watching you. She has on her best reassuring expression. Good morning, young prince. I'm sorry for disturbing you. It is almost noon. Where's my butler? I'm afraid Stonehouse is occupied. I think you will meet him soon enough. What's going on? Is something wrong? Our mother wishes to see you immediately. Get dressed. Go to the throne room now. Fine. What is going on? I have no idea, she lies. No lying in bed all day for you, I'm afraid. Hurry, out into the hall. On your way, she insists. Can't this wait? She is the queen, Matthew. She doesn't wait, not even for you. Please don't embarrass her yet again. Go. Fine, I'm going. Princess Delia steps to the side to watch you pass. She starts to say something, but then she stops. She looks sad. What is going on today? To open a door or a box, select it. Select objects to use them, and select chests and containers to see what is inside. Now select the door on the west wall to open it. As you stumble out of your bedroom, the royal insignia of Haven slowly fades into being on the chest of your jerkin. This happens no matter what you wear, always, even when you don't want it to. It's a fairly simple bit of magic worked on you and your siblings by your mother. She insists that you bear the crest of Haven everywhere you go. Something about the mystique of the royal house. Alright, let's head down this way. You try to open the door, only to find that it is locked. This makes no sense. You're a prince of Haven. No chambers are ever locked to you, except those of Queen Sharon herself. Lock, okay. So let's head up this way. Try here. Another locked door. In your short life, you have become an expert at finding ways to sneak out of the palace. Yet, somehow, all of your regular escape routes have been blocked. Interesting. Same story for that. Okay, so we have no choice but to come through here. Someone in here? This is the dueling hall. For centuries, when a dispute could not be settled peacefully, lords and ladies of Haven came here to resolve arguments in the most final way. A man is waiting for you. You are shocked to see your older brother, Prince Sutter. He is next in line to the throne, and he's almost never in Sharon's palace anymore. He has too much to do. The throne room is just ahead on the left. You groggily enter the dueling hall, hoping to get this ordeal quickly over with. Someone moves to stand in your way. It is your older brother, Prince Sutter, back from some war or other urgent business of Haven's empire. He walks up, gives you a standard hearty grin, and says, "Greetings, Prince." Welcome home, Sutter. Thank you, Matthew. It's good to see you out of bed so early. Promises to be quite a day. I hurried home as soon as Mother told me about the glorious event. Glorious event? He ignores the question. That aggravating grin is still on his face. He nods towards the box by the north wall. A demonstration, I suppose. All must take part. Your sword is in the box. Get it and ready it. Fine, I'll play along. Sutter gives you the royal nod, the one he gives as a rare reward to underlings who perform well. You don't care. Just get the sword ready, brother. The sooner you do, the sooner this can all be over with. Okay. Select the box to take the sword out of it. You can see what items your character has and use items by pressing the inventory button. To get items out of a box, select the box. Select the box by the north wall to get your sword. So here's a box. We select it. To get and equip the sword, select it, then select your character. To move or equip an item, select it, then select where you want it to go. In the inventory window, select the sword, and then select the equip area to use the sword. Okay, so an iron short blade that appears to do 7 damage. Click it, and then click ourselves. We now have the sword. Value 10. Has an empty augmentation slot. It's an iron short blade. Basic attack is heavy slash, 9 to 13 physical damage. And we're wearing a leather vest. Value 15. Absorbs 60% damage up to 3 physical or 2 magical damage. Sutter sees the sword is ready. He laughs. Well, Matthew, let's see how useful your expensive education was. He claps his hands. There's a puff of smoke in the center of the dueling hall. A moment later, a giant, horrible spider has appeared. As Sutter laughs heartily, the thing lunges towards you. Okay, to attack a foe, select the space it's standing in. To use an ability, push the lightning bolt button. You are in combat. You and your foes will take turns. Each turn you get several action points. Moving and using abilities or items drains these. When you run out, your turn ends. To attack a foe, select the space it's standing in. To try out one of your cool abilities, press the use ability button. Okay, so we can walk to here. We can just attack it. Let's see what abilities we have. We have select the ability to use. Each ability uses energy. Killing foes slowly restores it. This is energy, this blue line. We have 3 action points. This is health, the red. We have brutal blow. Your next attack with your weapon, melee or missile, will do 25% extra damage and cause bleeding. Energy cost of 1, damage bonus 25%, bleeding for 3 turns. We have whirlwind attack, does physical damage to all enemies within 2 spaces, energy cost 1. Affects nearby foes, 7 to 11 physical damage. Or blinding blow. Your next attack with your weapon, melee or missile, will do 25% extra damage and weaken your foe, reducing its damage. Energy cost 1, damage bonus 25%, and weakness for 5 turns. Let's go ahead and use that to weaken the spider, trapdoor spider. Ooh, 1-shot kill. Press this button to leave combat mode, this one down here. You are victorious. To exit combat mode, press the end combat button to the lower left. After this battle, you can bandage your wounds. In the future, to heal your wounds and restore your energy, you will need to use an inn or return to one of Haven's forts. Okay, so end combat. Didn't leave anything behind. Sutter nudges the dead spider with his toe. As you bandage your wounds, he says, "Not too bad, Prince. Your education left you with some practical skills, I see." Glare. A bit crude for one of your pranks, Sutter. Sutter laughs, but the look on your face, priceless. My position as heir to the throne gives me so few amusements. Don't begrudge me one last little prank before you see Mother. But enough delays, it is time. Time? You hear a click from the west door, the door to the throne room. Mother awaits. Okay. Be polite to the queen. You enter the throne room to find court is fully in session. Your mother, Queen Sharon, sits ramrod straight on her customary stool. Guards surround her. They look at you with their customary disdain. The queen waves you forward. Prince Matthew, please, it is time for us to speak. Okay, select a character to talk to it. Queen Sharon is waiting for you to talk to her. To begin conversation with the character, select it. I can also use... Oh, that's a map button. Never mind. Here you can see a map, though. Okay, click. I have a gift for you. You come before Queen Sharon, total monarch of the Empire of Haven and all the lands it owns, savior of your people, scourge of your foes, and your mother. As you come close, she gives you a tiny nod. Prince or not, custom demands that you kneel now. Okay, let's kneel. You quietly kneel and wait to see what the royal matriarch wants. The queen is surprised and relieved. My beloved prince, I have called you forward in an unusually abrupt way. I am sure you are wondering why. Don't you usually do your business with my brother and sister? Yes, too much so. I have come to believe Sutter and Delia are invaluable to me. Their happiness comes from knowing that they have value. You will now join the family. I am giving you a job. A job? Why? We have done you a disservice. I see now that you only work as hard, be as strong, or you will only work as hard, be as strong as you are forced to. You are, in other words, a normal person. This is no crime. Haven has bits of unfinished business waiting for us to have time and resources to tend to them. That time is now. Unfinished business. We had a valuable colony on the continent of Sacramentum, over the sea to the west. This colony was ruined in a great calamity. Strange forces destroyed our crops. Our vassal states rejected us. Only a few of our people remain there, hungry and besieged. I don't recognize the name. Haven only has wealth and power because of our vassal states and colonies. It is sad indeed if you can't be bothered to know about that. It is all right. I think you will be familiar with Sacramentum very soon. What does this have to do with me? In the garden to the west, you will find an enchanted portal. It will carry you to Sacramentum. There, you will take command of what is left of our colony. You will rebuild our forts, raise forces, and reclaim all the land we have lost. Wait, take over a whole continent? Me? Of course, you are a prince of Haven. That is the job you were born to do. It's what you do to earn the wealth that you were born into. You will have all the resources you need. You must provide the orders and the will. I don't know anything about Sacramentum. That is all right. Haven still has loyal servants there. They will greet you and teach you all you need to know. I know the prospect is painful, but you might also be helped by reading a book or two. If the people of Sacramentum don't want us to serve them, why should I force them? Because you are a prince of Haven. Your responsibility is to the people of Haven, to provide safety and security. That is the sacred task of our family. The three lands of Sacramentum signed treaties with us. They promised us things, and they didn't deliver. We cannot allow this. Why are you doing this to me? Oh, my child, you are getting old, and time runs shorter than you know. Your life, your true life, must begin. This is the only solution. The portal waits for you. I don't know if I can do this. For a moment, your mother considers standing to embrace you, but no, she would never be so undignified. She simply says, Matthew, I believe in you. I always have, I promise you that. You hear a click from the door to the west. It is now unlocked. The portal is waiting. Oh, my child, I wish the best for you. Good fortune. Okay, so I guess we're going to Sacramentum. Haven Archer, the soldier stares straight ahead. The elite royal guards pretend to be statues unless they find a need to hand out sudden, horrifying violence. And I take it we can't get out through those doors. So, here we are. You stumble out into the West Hall, dazed. Nothing seems real. You wonder if this is all some prank. Then you see your sister. Then you see your sister waiting for you just ahead. You see the look on her face. This is entirely real. Delia is waiting for you in the hall to the portal. As usual, she is infuriatingly concerned about your well-being. Matthew, how are you? Are you all right? I don't know. She firmly grabs you by the hand. Focus, Matthew. Only minutes remain. Soon you will be in a wild land. You have so much training, so much potential. Steel yourself. What if someone there just kills me? Our mother is not so careless. You have had powerful protective enchantments placed on you, one after another, starting from birth. You will find you are powerful and very hard to kill. This is a small advantage, but I think you will need it. When can I come home? I don't know. I know there's a portal in Sacramentum. You can use it to speak with us, get information and advice. I believe you will be able to use it to get home, eventually. You may need to find help to recharge it. Until then, you'll have to deal with Sacramentum. None of this seems real. I know. That will change soon. When you get there and find the portal, talk to us. We want you to succeed. We love you, I promise. With one hand, she wipes her eyes. With the other, she points to the west. Go. Okay. One last chance to escape. Locked. You spent much of your childhood playing in this garden. The stone portal to the north was always closed. You hid behind it 1,000 times. It was to be used for emergencies or missions of great importance. This is the very first time you have seen it open. For you. Your brother stands by it. Its raw energy makes his hair stand up. Sutter waits by the portal with his stupid grin. You give him a good look. No, he's not faking it. The Queen's heir is truly enjoying this. Oh, cheer up, Matthew. This is going to be glorious. You'll see. Adventures, exploration, the thrill of command, all with the full power and support of Haven behind you. Who will tend to me while I'm there? We threw your butler through the portal ahead of you. Stonehouse wasn't happy, but it is his job. I can just refuse, you know. Nope, I'll throw you through the portal if I have to. We've kept you a child too long. It's time. Before you go, I have some advice. Fine, go ahead. I don't know exactly where you're going to arrive. Find our remaining fort as soon as you can. Take command. You are their ruler. Always act like it. How can I rebuild a fort? Queen Sharon has already sent ships to Sacramentum. There are supplies, soldiers, everything you need. You will, however, have to find those ships and give them a safe place to land. When you have forces, you will find the 3 nations of Sacramentum and remind them of their debt to us. They will trade with and support us again. They swore to support Haven, and then they cheated us. We will take what they promised. Why can't we just leave them alone? Because the people we've all expected of us, the people of Haven, want wealth and safety. They don't care how we give it to them. They just want it. If our family doesn't give them what they want, it will go very hard for us. How do I deal with the nations of Sacramentum? Force them to talk to you. Find out what they want. If you can buy or win their support, do so. Otherwise, you'll have to get them to give us what they owe us with force. It's not hard once you get used to it. I do it every day. First, talk to them. How many forts do we have there? At our peak, we had 7. Now we have but 1. The portal will take you there. Rebuild our forts and fill them with shops and warriors. Show Sacramentum that Haven is fearsome as a foe and valuable as a trade partner. I could use more training and equipment and time. No, enough talk. You have a sword and a good night's sleep. There is no better way to begin a great adventure. He grabs your shoulder. My brother, I believe in you. When I am king, I look forward to your support, and I will pay you well for it. Off you go. Okay, there's our portal. And there we go, now entering Fort Haven. Can't click the barrel, we have a map up here. Have some steps over here. You stumble through this dusty room trying to clear your head. Magical teleportation is infamous for causing dizziness and splitting headaches. You regain your senses and look around. You're in a fort. The walls are rough wood. This is a prison. Posts with chains line the wall, waiting for prisoners awaiting judgment. It is late at night and mostly quiet. Pretty suiting that we teleport and land in a prison. Okay, nothing up here. What was that? Did he say he saw something or something? Okay, out the doors we go. Can't look in there. You emerge and get a look at the rest of the fort. You've landed in the right place. Soldiers of Haven built this place. However, most of the buildings have crumbled or been torn down for firewood. They will have to be rebuilt. There are no people in sight. You hear a shout. Something is happening to the northeast. On screen, north is up, northeast is up and to the right. Okay. You need to get permission from the chief of this fort before you can order for buildings to be rebuilt. Okay. F3 is quick save. Quick save done. Chief Miranda. The main hall of this fort remains standing, old and worn down, but intact. The chief of the fort stands out front, her back to the door, sword drawn. She is facing 2 brigands, shaggy brutes in leather jerkins, stalking her, daggers out. One of them says, "We know you've been giving payments to Brandon. The rusty barb will have its share, Miranda. You have never been too involved in the ways of Haven, but it is hard to see this treatment of your soldier and not be annoyed." Excuse me. The brigand doesn't hear you. He says to the chief, "Put that sword away. Even if you kill us, Cloakguard will just send 20 more and you know it." You speak again. All 3 of them turn to look at you. Leave her be. The brigand laughs. "Oh my, you're a hero. For that kid, we'll take your sword and your clothes." Chief Miranda stares at their backs. She is doing some very quick calculating. Guess it's good I was able to warm up. Attack. As you lunge forward, Miranda attacks at the same time. She's the chief of this fort. A manager, not a fighter. Happily, she seems competent with a blade. Okay, so we've got some actual combat here. Brigand, Deserter, and Chief Miranda. There are a bunch of choices with consequences. meaning your different choices do different things. We have 5 AP, so if I use 4 to walk here, I have 1 left. And, okay, stunned. Critical. Dang. The brigands are dead. Miranda gives each of them a good kick. And we'll see to Cloakar next. She turns to you, kneels, and bows her head. I don't want to presume, but I think you... Are you... I am Prince Matthew of Haven, and I've been sent to help you. Chief Miranda rises, but her head stays bowed. I am so honored and relieved. The colony here is a disaster, near total loss. Has help come at last? Yes, it is the Queen's order that this colony be reclaimed. Chief Miranda sighs in relief. At last, we always knew that our loyalty would be rewarded. Please come to my office. I will tell you all you need to know for this great work. Gossip of all you do will spread around the colony and find its way back to the Queen. For example, what you just said will make the Havenites trust you more. Your words will affect how other characters treat you. Interesting. Lead on. She rises, turns, and enters the main hall. Select the doors to enter the building. So, out of combat. So yeah, very important, even everything you say and do. Very cool stuff. So let's head in. This building is old and worn. It may be the very first structure of Haven's colony in Sacramentum. Interesting trivia for the historians. The portal chamber is to the left. You see Chief Miranda waiting in her office to the right. Best of all, your butler Stonehouse is waiting by the stairs. He was sent ahead of you. At least you will have some comfort while you are here. To leave the building, select the doors behind you. To go up the stairs, select the stairway. We must rebuild the fort. Stonehouse, nice to see you. Among all the miseries of being sent to Sacramentum, there is one bright spot. Stonehouse, your butler since you were a small child, has been sent to look after you. He looks as mournful as always. Hello, young prince. As always, I await your command. Funny. Stonehouse, you came with me. I'm so glad. Of course, Prince. When your brother flung me through the portal, I thought of nothing but my duty. We need to save this colony. It will be a grand adventure. How lovely. I'm an enormous fan of adventures. Alas, if none of those adventures involve giving your mother what she wants, we may die of old age here. No more than I deserve, I suppose. Any messages for me? Not at the moment. I need some information. You have always used Stonehouse as a conduit to find out what your family and the lower classes are thinking. You can get a variety of information from him. That is all. Come check in with me again later. I'm sure I will have more to tell you as events develop. I have a job for you. Your mother sent me to tend your needs. There is a certain image Haven's envoys need to project when dealing with our vassals. How may I be of service? I have had a hard journey. I need a refreshing beverage. My armor and weapons must be polished. I need my clothes cleaned and pressed. My hair is unsightly. I need a trim. That's all. I will keep everything in order. That is all then. Thank you, Prince. With your permission, I will go off and have my daily cry. The conversation ends. Okay. Miranda gestures for you to enter. I am sorry to be eager, Prince. This is a day of great events. Before we killed them, the deserters told me something. You will need to know about it, I think. Miranda invites you to sit in her least dirty chair. Stonehouse enters and prepares tea as you speak. As I said, the brigands told me something before the stabbing. Some news, glorious news. For someone who just slaughtered 2 thugs, she's in a good mood. The chief here clearly tends to optimism. What is the new news? Ships! At last, 3 boats have come from Haven. They wait just offshore at Greatport to the north. They can't land, alas. The brigands have taken the port, and they have siege weaponry pointed out to the sea. Wait, they arrived today? How long does it take for a boat to get here from Haven? About 3 months with good weather. 3 months? Is that how long your mother's been planning to send you here? What is on the ships? I don't know, but I dream. Warriors, wood and stone, alchemists and artisans. Everything we need to make this a proper colony again. Well, we don't have another port, so I sense you want something from me. Before our ships can land, Greatport must be retaken. Difficult by sea, easy from land. Do that and we can begin restoring the colony and reclaiming Sacramentum. And then we can escape, Stonehouse mutters quietly. There are things I need to know. Of course, I will help if I can. Where is everybody? This fort is a ruin. Gone, fled, when the land soured and the nations of this land turned against us. Many took ships home. Others built their own forts and looked after themselves. Others deserted and became brigands. Now that you are here, all this will be put to right. Describe the resources available to me. Right now, nothing. We don't even have the wood and stone needed to rebuild our fort. I'm hoping the ships that just arrived will provide what we need. That's all I need to know for now. I hope I helped. Back to the mission, then? If I'm to retake Greatport, I will need warriors. Of course, I only have 3 left, but they are all at your disposal. Your taking them will leave us undefended for a time. Marvelous, says Stonehouse. It is a necessary risk. Only 3 warriors. Oh, Prince, we've had a very hard time of it here the last few years. Now that you have returned, though, we might be able to recruit more. End this conversation to learn how to recruit warriors and form your party. The conversation ends. Okay. To edit your party, press this button. Okay, this one right here. Press to add, remove party characters. Press to make new characters. You will want to recruit 3 other characters to go with you on your adventure. Press the edit party button. Press the check mark to the right of a character to add it to your group. You can also make new characters for your roster. If you build a fort in another nation, you will be able to recruit characters from there. These will have new special abilities. I like the game piece icon. Okay. So we have Patricia, Terrence, and Elspeth. Oops. Havenite. Edit character. Add to party. Create character. Okay, Elspeth. Wow, not much we can do. Okay, that's interesting. Terrence. Haven Soldier, Havenite, and Patricia. Okay, let's add them. Bump, bump, bump. Works for me. Okay, I have my characters. Miranda leads forward, shaking with excitement. It's fair. Your arrival is the first bit of hope she's had in years. Alright, I have enlisted help. Well, should a prince really be asking her this? We should just go to Greatfort. Let's quick save just to see if that type of thing is, like, recorded. What now? So I see. The time to strike is now while Cloakar and his thugs are unready. How do I find this Cloakar? Leave this fort and go north to Greatport. Destroy Cloakar and his brigands. Then our ships can land safely. We need to make the way safe for them. We can't afford to lose a single ship. Why is it called Greatport? Don't know. Haven always names stuff grandly. Makes us seem more impressive. Probably shouldn't ask how to deal with the brigands there. I could use better equipment. Look in the chest in your chambers upstairs. I think you might be able to find something of value. Why aren't you coming? I am a chief. I am trained more for planning and engineering than fighting. When we get stone, I can help to turn it into stronger walls. I promise I can be more useful to you here. You note that when the conversation turns to heroism, Stonehouse always finds a good reason to be out of the room. Yeah, let me ask this. How should I deal with the brigands there? They have tormented me for years. I hate them. I recommend stabbing. That's all for now, thanks. Okay. Stonehouse. Okay. I have a job for you. Okay, no. Don't need anything. Let's head upstairs. Stonehouse has set up this bedroom for you. It's crude, but it's clean. You can make a noble effort to look for good qualities. Or you make a noble effort to look for good qualities. You fail. It's terrible here. If you want to make time go forward quickly, use your bed. Okay, we can't click anything but this chest. Okay, wow, there's a lot here. Okay, let's see. You're equipped with a bronze spear and a leather vest. You're equipped with a bronze dagger, 5% speed bonus. This weapon will do half damage. You haven't built enough smithies to maintain it. And you also have a bow, 11 to 13, and you have an oak wand. Tier 1 arcane gear, wand bolt, 6 to 8 magic damage, weakness for 2 turns, 30% chance. Nice. Alright, so before I do that, what is character skills? Okay, so there's 4 different trees. Very nifty. Support and cultural. We have no free skill points with anybody. Okay, you have terror, costs 1 energy, inflicts terror on a single foe, causing it to flee. You have shock, costs 1 energy, inflicts strong magical damage on 1 foe. You have icy wave, costs 2 energy, does magical damage in a cone-shaped area. You have curing, cures a single ally of poison, bleeding, and curses. You have healing, costs 1 energy, heals a single ally. You have inspiring cry, blesses all allies within 6 spaces for 4 turns, increasing their damage, costs 1 energy. And nothing in combat, and you have yours all in combat. Any cultural? Okay, you have stunning shot, costs 1 energy. Your next attack with your melee weapon, or melee or missile, will stun your foe. You have blinding blow, which we saw, and you have brutal blow, which we also saw. So let me try to understand this. Spend at least 1 skill point in this tier to get this bonus. I see. And then she got plus 2 health, can use tier 2 armor weapons. Plus tier 1, you get 10% evasion, which adds to your magical and physical evasion. And you with magic got plus 1 energy, and can use tier 1 and 2 arcane items. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what we've got here. Bronze spear. And no bow. Let's see. You probably want the leather armor. Let's click it. Oh wait, you had a leather vest. This just absorbs, the leather armor absorbs 1 more physical damage, 4 physical damage, rather than 3, or 60% of 4. You can probably use the leather cap, since you're going to be in melee. Is that 2-handed? Yep. Let me go ahead and take the copper bits. Money, value 15. Okay, I guess I took them. Yeah, it's 95 now. Iron short blade. Can I dual wield iron short blades? No. Okay, so I should probably grab the wood buckler. Absorb 60% damage up to 3 physical, 1 magical. Right, it absorbs 60% damage that you take, but only up to absorbing 3 physical or 1 magical. Right, I don't know how I worded that before. Amethyst Orb. Tier 1 Arcane Gear. Absorbs 50% damage up to 2 physical, 4 magical, and 5% to mental resist. Mental resist. Offhand item. Okay, you have a wand, so we can give you the Amethyst Orb. You have Apprentice Robes. Absorbs 70% damage up to 2 physical, 7 magical, and 10% to blessing duration. You have a leather vest. Crude bow. Bronze dagger, 5% speed bonus. I guess we'll leave you with that. Do you need a crude bow? I don't know if you can do anything with a crude bow. And I guess that's it. Cool. I guess I can't really take that stuff out and sell it to anybody. Let's see what's over here. This is a workshop where the fort does business and keeps records. There are a few books on pedestals. At least there is some civilization in this ruin. A sage, dressed in tattered and unfashionable robes, goes about his business. He hasn't noticed you yet. He might be helpful, if for nothing else, in activating the portal to get home. Miranda needs your help. Sage Harlan. You met one of the many sages of Haven who gather knowledge about all of your lands and vassal states. Usually they reside in colleges or cities, not in dirty, besieged forts like this one. He recognizes you the moment he sees you. He gives a grand, deep kneel. Welcome to this unhappy fort, Prince. I am Sage Harlan. All of my knowledge is at your disposal. I used to use the portal home immediately. The Queen demands that this colony be restored. I am relieved to hear it. We have been balanced for some time on the edge of a total destruction. If you would help us, I suggest talking to Chief Miranda downstairs. There's an urgent situation to attend to. Conversation ends. There's some books. Let me go ahead and quick save. Let's see how long we've been playing. 42 minutes. Okay, I'm going to save here. There's 3 books. Well, 2 books that we can click on. I don't know if we can click on. Yeah, 3 books we can click on. We'll talk more to Sage Harlan next time, and we'll click those books and read them. And yeah, stay tuned for much more. This is a 60-type hour RPG, CRPG. So there's going to be a lot of content. It's going to be a lot of fun. Some pretty interesting, unique ideas going on here, like rebuilding, rebuilding the forts, recruiting warriors, and different ways of leveling up and getting new equipment and stuff like that. Plus, combat doesn't give you XP, only completing quests does. And there's like hundreds of quests in the game, each with choices and consequences to your choices. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you along for the journey ahead. Really appreciate your viewership. Much love, peace, and joy, guys. And I'll catch you next time with more Queen's Wish. So long.